Hey guys, this is the Jaeger task guide for the Tarkov shooter part 8. For this task, you have to eliminate 3 PMC operatives in a single raid while using a bolt action rifle on woods. So for this task, you are going to have to use a bolt action sniper rifle, and there are 7 different main versions of bolt actions for you to choose from in Tarkov. And of those 7 versions, you also have a few variations within themselves that will give you the opportunity to adapt to whichever task that you're working on or build that you're going for at that time. And so the main versions that you can select from are going to be the VPO-215, the Mosin, the SV98, the T5000, the DVL10, the M700, and also the big boy Lapua. So for part 8, you can mod your gun however you like, as well as wear whatever gear that you want to. Unlike most of the other Tarkov shooter tasks, there are no other stipulations for you to worry about, such as your targets having to be within or beyond a certain amount of meters, so it is just straight up eliminating 3 PMCs in one raid on woods. This is the task I would actually recommend bringing in a Lapua if you have one in your stash, just because while I was doing the task myself this wipe, I had multiple games where I had killed 2 PMCs and then died tragically because I either choked my shots or the last PMC I found ended up tanking whatever caliber I was using, or I just wasn't able to find a third player at all. So I decided to try and bring a Lapua to eliminate the risk of them tanking bullets, and I ended up completing the task on my first try. If you don't have a Lapua, that's totally fine. I did complete this task using a VPO with APM ammo last wipe, or you can honestly use any other of the bolt action options. Just whichever one you do pick, I recommend using very good ammo for whichever gun that you do choose. So some of the areas on woods that are typically more trafficked by PMCs are going to be the Med Camp, Scav Town, Propper's USEC Camp, and then Sniper Mountain. You will also have the Sawmill area, and then basically from Sniper Rock to the checkpoint, and then Attachment Cabin. You can also have players who will sit at any of the extracts, especially outskirts or the car extract, to try and pounce on players after they've looted up. And depending on your spawn, some of these areas are better to focus on at the beginning of the raid, like the Med Camp or Propper's USEC Camp. And then once the raid hits the mid to late stage, then most players will either extract or tend to move towards the Sawmill and surrounding areas of the map. One of the best things that you can do is to get lines of sight at some of these POIs from areas that they may not expect, instead of running in like a wild man, since you are basically running an all or nothing gun. So for example, at Propper's USEC Camp, you can stay across the road to check and see if you can get a shot at anyone looting the camp, or you can also go up to the toolbox area that is on the old Sawmill side of the huge mountain, and then you will have a good sight line to the Sniper Scav location that overlooks Sawmill. Usually go this route to clear the top mountain and then move over there if need be. Another tip is to use Map Genie and then to learn or at least check for the immediate spawns around yourself when you spawn in, and I'll insert a photo of it on the screen right now just that you guys can use it if you want, because if you can get even 1 PMC kill early into the raid, it will make a huge difference and basically build momentum and take a little bit of stress off of you. I definitely find that people tend to run as groups on woods, so I will always have the mindset of there is one more when engaging in PvP there, and typically it's either high level woods mains or low level fellas trying to quest, so I do tend to try and make sure that I have the shot to eliminate a player before just spraying and giving away my position, so I can try and even out the numbers. And while you realistically have to play more aggressive than normal and chase shots all around the map, you also have to play it cool sometimes and know when patience will benefit you. And I would also recommend bringing stims in with you just so that you have more stamina available to chase all of those shots around the map. And since you won't be focusing on looting, bring in your own food and water, especially if you plan to use stims, because they will tank your energy and hydration along with pain meds. So if you do bring them, then you won't have to worry about trying to find food and water and then taking time away from hunting PMCs. Also for this task, I would recommend having a friend come in with you so that they can be a second set of eyes for you, or to especially watch your back once you get your second kill, and then once you start running around the map more recklessly looking for that third guy. And in terms of tips for the build, I would recommend definitely using a suppressor, and I did actually start running a delta point on top of my ring scope mount just to provide me with additional accuracy for close quarter engagements, since that can definitely happen when you are playing more aggressively. And then obviously I also recommend pre-medding before any engagements if possible. So hopefully this guide helped you guys and maybe even taught you something new. If you want to see a gameplay of me actually completing this task this wipe, then I will have the video link in the description as well as in the top right corner. And if you're still here at the end of the video, then I do appreciate you, and I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is just a couple of my different social links in case you guys wanted to connect more easily. I am primarily streaming on Twitch now multiple nights a week, so if you do want to connect with me or my community, that would probably be the easiest way to do so. And if you do come over to the Twitch and you want to join the Discord community, then just type !Discord or cord in the chat in order to get an invite link. And if you don't use Twitch, then I do have a link in the picture as well as a link below in the description. And we are growing and currently have an active and welcoming community with people of all experience and skill levels, so there will always be someone who could help to answer any questions that you may have. As always, thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching the video, and I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day.